What's up, guys? It's the moment for me and the meatless, and this is part 2 of my Watch Me Gain 20 Pounds as a Raw Vegan series. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not completely raw, so I'm like 70-80% raw, and I eat like 1 to 2 cooked meals a day, and I've done that now for, I don't know how long. I've done that for some months, and before that, I've been plant-based for since January 20th of 2017, so like 5.5 years. I've been plant-based, and as far as being like mostly raw, I've been mostly raw for a while. I've gone, in this time of being plant-based, I've gone completely raw at certain times for certain time periods. But now I've found this nice balance where I'm mostly raw, but I eat some cooked food, and it leaves me with 0 cravings. I feel great as long as I make little adjustments when I need them. I really enjoy what I eat, and it's really sustainable for the long term. So yeah. So with that being said, guys, the last time I weighed myself, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I think I was like 226 or something like that, and I had come up from 218, and I said that over the next 12 to 16 weeks, I wanted to get to 240, right? Which is back to my previous weight that I was, some time ago. Now that's a lean 240. I'm 6'4", so I'm tall. So, and then I have like a bigger frame. So 240 for me is different than 240 for a lot of you guys. So yeah. So we're gonna jump on the scale today, and we're gonna see what I weigh right now. So you just follow me over here. You can see that it says about 229 to 230. Now, if you guys remember, my scale is 3 pounds light. So this particular scale, so it says 229, 230. Let's go with 229. So we'll add 3 pounds. That's 232. So I'm up about 6 pounds from my last video 2 weeks ago. I could be up more, but I'm on a very empty stomach. Like if I had food in me, I'd be like 234, 235. So I'm ahead of schedule, and I'm gonna get to 240 a lot faster than I thought. But in this past couple of weeks, there's been some times where I not only didn't gain weight, but there was even time where I lost a little bit of weight because my schedule was crazy, and I had to do this and I had to do that, and I wasn't able to sleep properly, and so on and so forth. So because of that, I had some setbacks, but I'm still ahead of schedule. And I just want to kind of share with you guys briefly how I've done that. Because if you're trying to gain weight and you find it challenging to gain weight, then you can utilize, maybe some of these tips to help you. So the first thing that I say is I really am dedicated, right? So if you really want to gain weight, you really have to be dedicated, especially like if you want to build muscle. And if you're like me, I'm naturally very lean, naturally tall and thin, and so when it comes to gaining weight, I really have to dedicate myself to eating. Some people gain weight easier, but for me, I really have to eat a lot. So if you find that you're trying to gain weight and you're not gaining weight, the scale is not moving, you're just not eating enough. You have to eat more. There's no magic formula where it's like, oh, I just can't gain weight, I can't get past this weight. You have to eat more. It's as simple as that. If you are not gaining weight, you are not eating enough. This is like simple, basic mathematics. So there's no magical, esoteric factor that makes you gain weight. If you take in a certain amount more calories than what you are burning on any given day, you will gain weight. If you repeat that over and over and over and over and over, you will gain weight. It's a little more challenging as a raw vegan. Why is that? Because there are less calorically dense foods that you're eating. So if you really want to gain weight, and especially if you have a hard time gaining weight, you have got to lean in to those calorically dense foods. I talked about those in my last video, as far as the top foods to gain weight as a raw vegan. And if you lean into those foods like avocados, certain nuts, certain seeds, coconut, bananas, if you lean into those foods, you can really get your calories up high. Like for me, I'm right now around 5,000 calories a day. That's how much I have to eat in order to be to get to my goal weight. And maybe I'll have to eat a little more at some point. If that's the case, then I'm gonna do that. But I just want you guys to know that's the kind of dedication that you have to have. And it's funny because at 218 pounds, which I had been because I had gotten an injury and I couldn't train and I didn't have much of an appetite, so I lost a bunch of weight, got down to 218. And at that weight, which I had been for a little while, my appetite was I had a certain appetite. It wasn't a big appetite. So for me to start eating more, I had to give my appetite time to change. But in order to do that, I had to give it a reason to change. So I had to start eating more, even if it was a little uncomfortable. And then once my appetite had grown a bit and I started to crave more food, then I had to increase it more, even more. So, because my weight went up and it's stalled out at a certain point. So then it's like, okay, now it's time again. I have to start eating more. And it ended up being more than I thought I was even gonna have to eat. But at the end of the day, that's what you have to do, guys. You have to be willing to put the work in, and the work is eating. When it comes to gaining weight, the work is eating. I mean, of course, you have to work out too if you want to gain like healthy weight. But most of the work is in the eating. And I eat 6 times a day. You don't have to eat 6 times a day, but for me to eat as many calories as I eat over 3 meals, I'd be too full. So I choose to eat 6 times a day. You can eat 5 times a day. You can eat 4 times a day. You can eat, 2 or 3 meals and have snacks in between those meals. But personally, I'll eat 6 meals a day because that's my habit, and that's what I do. But anyway, so I hope this helps you guys. I will be back in part 3 in the next week or 2, depending on where my weight is at. And I'm thinking in 2 weeks, I might be able to hit 240, and then I would be to my goal. And I'll kind of show you guys my physique there, and just give you a little idea of the difference. And also, so you guys can see, you may be skinny and you may think, oh, I can't gain, I can't be a big person. I can't be very big because I'm skinny. That's not necessarily true. I mean, you just may have to eat a lot more than other people do because you may have a really high metabolism. So yeah, anyway, I hope this helps you guys. That's it. I'm out. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.